What's up, fight fans? This is Kirk DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Reynoso, Canelo Alvarez. Get this. Eddie states, I know what Canelo has done to heavyweights in sparring. He'll beat Makabu. Wow. Sounds a bit crazy and far-fetched, but yes, Canelo Alvarez's next rumble has just been approved by the WBC to fight against the heavy-punching WBC Cruiserweight World Champion Yunga Makabu, which is 28-2 and 25. Makabu, the African warrior born in the Congo, is standing in Canelo's way to becoming a 5-division world champion as the skilled Mexican builds a stunning legacy in the sport of boxing. Okay, and this is what Reynoso had to say. He says, I know what Canelo, has done to heavyweights he sparred with. And that is why we have asked for a fight against Makabu, Reynoso said. Okay. He says, we know that Makabu is strong, but Canelo can beat him, even though many say this is crazy. But they also said that it is crazy when Canelo was a junior middleweight champion looking to fight middleweight, super middleweights, and light heavyweights. I have a lot of confidence in Canelo. He is very strong, and he has many qualities, and I know that he is going to win the fight against Makabu. Let me counterpunch. Well, first off, people didn't think he was crazy for going to middleweight. In fact, people were saying the opposite. They were saying that since you made your own weight class at 155 and you couldn't make 154, that's why you had to pay $200,000 to Alfredo Perro Angulo, because you couldn't make 154. Well, the next logical thing is to go up to middleweight. Okay, so, and they were claiming that he wasn't a middleweight for the longest time, trying to stall Triple G out because Triple G was kind of coming of age because he was 35, I believe, by the time they fought. But nonetheless, he did go to middleweight. Then he went to a catch weight and fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Then he finally went to 168 and looked great at 168, knocking out Fielding, busting him up. Then he went to light heavyweight. Then he went back to super middleweight. So I think that he can do it against Makabu, because the question you ask yourself is, where does Canelo Alvarez walk around at? You know what I mean? Because more than likely, Canelo probably walks around at 180, 185 anyway. Okay, because he said, hey, I have to cut weight, but not that much. Well, the thing is, not that much. You know, I think he will probably fight at his normal natural weight, fighting a cruiserweight, because Canelo walks around as a cruiserweight. You know what I mean? He just doesn't fight as one. And then on top of that, I do believe Eddie Reynoso, because we've seen Canelo in training camps sparring guys like Frank Sanchez, which is a heavyweight. I never seen him with Andy Ruiz, but that doesn't mean he hasn't sparred with Andy Ruiz either. But he holds his own against those particular guys. So I don't see why he couldn't do well against a guy that's not even really regarded as the best fighter in that particular division. Okay. Makabu is hard hitting. He has a high knockout percentage, but if you can't hit what you can't punch, what difference does it make? Okay, and Canelo Alvarez does have the skills for the Bills. Guys like Bernard Hopkins, guys like Roy Jones Jr., guys like Calzaghe. Those type of dudes are talented enough to go up in weight and test their might. So why not Canelo Alvarez? He has a thick enough frame to do so. He's a stocky guy, and he looks a lot better than he did at 154 or 155 Canelo weight. He actually looks sick as shit when getting on those scales. He looked like, okay, something's wrong. He looked like he was deformed because he was too small at that weight, okay? And he looks a lot healthier, a lot bulkier, and I don't think it's the fucking clenbuterol, okay? I just think he's naturally filled in, and I think he should naturally go up, kind of like how Vinny Pazienza did it, or Roy Jones, or those guys, you know? So Eddie has a point. I think that he would look, when he gets into the ring, he's going to look just as big as Makabu. Okay, because Canelo Alvarez is not a small guy. He's big boned. He's a big boned cat. So I think he will do a good job or be successful against Makabu. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think. about Eddie Reynoso saying that Canelo has been beating up heavyweights in sparring. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.